How do you fare, my loyal 9 patriots? This channel is solely based on connecting the dots from early American history to the present and shedding light on the darkness that lurks in the shadows. That darkness is communism, and it's coming for you, it's coming for me, and most people don't even realize it. It's up to us, patriots, to inform and warn our fellow Americans on what is coming and how we can identify it, defy it, and ultimately defeat it. So if this interests you, share it, like it, and subscribe. And buckle up, friends, it's gonna be a ride. Okay, so our pilot topic is gonna be how to survive a communist takeover, how to defy it, how to recognize it, how we can come together as Americans and realize that communism has infiltrated our government, our society as a whole. It's happening right now. Vladimir Lenin wanted to overthrow the entire world into communism. One of his tactics was to find small items in a society that divided people and to exploit it. This could be skin color, religion, man or woman. These are all things that you will find in every society all around the world. Sexual orientation. And they exploit it to purposely divide us. If that's not communism, I don't know what is, because this is coming from the guy who started it all. And what do we see constantly? First, black woman to ride a bicycle. First, non-transgender, binary, Quebec-loving, picture frame, deerkin to wet the bed. That's what we see. I just saw a bumper sticker when I was at the store today, and it said, "Thank a woman veteran." Why can't it just be thank a veteran? That's identity politics, that's communism, it's infiltrated, it's in our society, Hollywood, it's all around us. What can we do to separate everyone? So that's step one. As long as you can identify that, the rest will fall in line. But people in society don't want to recognize that, they celebrate it. That is our job. It's our job as Americans, as loyal 9 patriots, to go out there and inform people on how this divides us. So step 2, educate yourself and others. You gotta read books, especially on our country, on other countries that have adopted communism. You gotta do it. I used to not be a fan of reading, but you have to understand the stuff that we see now is an altered reality. It's not true. It's fake. Finding books that are factually correct is a problem. Now, that's kind of an issue even now. So what you need to do is, I have a little guideline I stick to. When it comes to American history, I try to buy the oldest I can. So for example, I bought a book. It's written in, I think, the early 90s. It's pretty decent. There is some stuff in there that is, there's an agenda clearly behind it. But I have also a history book on a very similar topic, written in the 1860s. It's all that agenda pushing is not even there. And if it is, then I'm just too dead to see it. So you gotta buy the older books. You gotta understand that timeline and that time frame of when those books were written. So then you can try to figure out the agenda that is being pushed, because everything has an agenda. We gotta have that knowledge, we have to harness it, and we have to weaponize it, and we have to use it, because this is the information warfare. It's there, and you gotta take notes on it, because as you go through society, you're gonna start seeing things that you read about, and you're like, wow, our forefathers would, if they were just resurrected right now, they would be disgusted. I am to blame for this as well. All of us are. We are to blame for letting this happen. We sucked in the movies intravenously. We just soaking it up, just enjoying the propaganda that's out there, and we have to fight it. We have to share these types of messages so people understand how we can get rid of it and take our country back. Number 3. This one's probably the most critical one besides number 1. And it's hit them where it hurts, their wallet. So we have to stop shopping at places that support communism. Now, some people don't understand this, but kind of had a revelation a while back. Why are these big corporate companies, for example, Walmart, Starbucks, why do they support these communist movements that we're seeing? It's not because they're communists. I truly believe these people in charge are not communists. They don't believe in communism. They benefited from capitalism. It's because when you have your wealth, what do you want to do with that wealth? Let's say I give you $10,000 right now, $50,000, whatever. What do you want to do with that money? You want to protect it. You want to make sure nobody else comes and steals it from you. Who's your competition? Starbucks, Walmart, small business. So they want to get rid of these small businesses. Who's benefited from this communist pandemic? Major corporations. So we have to start fighting them. Not literally, but with our wallet. They want our money. Stop giving it to them. Find the companies that support these communists. Stop shopping there. Stop giving them their money. I know it's hard. Amazon is awesome. I love getting a package in a day. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you gotta just suck it up, buy it somewhere else. Maybe just suck up the slower shipping from another company. Let me share a historical point on our founders who recognized that hurting the British where it hurt the most was their wallet. I mean, one of the whole reasons they were just taxing the piss out of Americans was because they were in debt. So they thought, okay, well, if we just slap a tax on, we can make our money back. Well, they were taxing British goods, and American shop owners, patriot shop owners that owned British goods were considered traitors by the patriots. And you were no longer a patriot if you owned or were selling British goods at that time. And the founders, they knew this. And if they could prevent the sale of British goods, then it would slow the importation down, thus leading to less taxable revenue by the British Empire. They knew. This is all easily gained knowledge. And if we all stop using these companies, the founders knew. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't stupid. And if you just think about it, where are most of the products made? China. Seems to me like that's our modern day British Empire. Now let me throw an asterisk on this point. If you are a family and you have to get your shopping done at Walmart because that's the best thing that you can do to survive, you got to do what you got to do to take care of the family. You have to, because the family is so crucial in these times. So if that's what you have to do, I understand. But if you have the means and the ability to buy products made in the United States, you need to do it. Number 4. This is something that is probably least talked about, the least exciting, but you gotta hear me out. We gotta better ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually. If you have a God, worship him. Pray. Do what you have to do. Physically, it's important to get better. Why? Because what if things get to the point where you need to kick someone's ass, or you need to save someone's life? Let's say you have your wife, your husband, your kids, hell, even your dog. Let's say you have to carry them for a long distance, but you're too out of shape, you're too weak, you're not strong enough. Are you going to look into their eyes as the life is leaving them, and you're going to say, I'm sorry, I can't carry you anymore. I'm sorry, you're too heavy. I'm sorry, I didn't prep enough. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about your sorries when someone's life is on the line. Out of shape? Can't run a mile? We'll get into how you can get physically prepared for a communist takeover, but you got to get in shape. Eat right, educate yourself. We'll do more topics on that stuff to help you guys get ready. And we're going to do it a smart way. Not the BS way of, you gotta cut all your calories out and starve. No. We'll get there. Another topic that people don't like to talk about is getting mentally tough. How do you do it? Well, getting physically tough helps you get mentally tough. Reading books. It goes back to education, getting yourself better. Read Sun Tzu, Art of War. Read books on psychology to understand how the mind works. Because the left is clearly doing that. The communists understand how the human brain works. That's why they're so effective. Last step for now, and then we'll sign off from here, is number 5. Stop watching mainstream media encourage others to stop. It's all propaganda. It's what they want you to believe. If you got to do it so where that doesn't give the host a click. Because when you do that, they see people are still watching. We don't want them to know that we're watching. We want them to think that they're done, because they are. We just need to educate other people, spread the message, give them the truth. People want the truth. That's why in the morning you'll see people, they get up, they instantly watch the news. When they're on their lunch break, they watch the news. When they get home at night, they watch the news because they want the truth. They want to know what's going on, and it's up to us, Loyal 9, patriots, Americans, to help our brothers and sisters out. A person that's really close to me told me something about the mainstream media and how they are a clear example on the propaganda campaign they're running against us. If you examine the left and the right, I'm not going to interject my opinion in here. This is up to you. Look at the left. They hated police. Had no support for the police. Police were on their own. They were encouraging riots. Now you look at the right. A lot of people on the right do not like the police. They flipped the narrative. Or if we go back 20 years, who was pro-war? The right. Who was anti-war? The left. Go to modern times. Who's pro-war? The left. Anti-war. The right. These are just examples from modern day. I could go on all day. Hopefully this is a good introduction for you. If you guys want more of this type of content, or if you have any suggestions, just go ahead and leave a comment below, give it a like. There's so much more to cover. We're only just getting started. Loyal 9 out.